for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
Yankees Fan Central here, your definitive source for everything happening inside the evil empire. I'm your partner on this journey, and today we've got a simmering situation involving the crosstown rivalry that demands our undivided attention. Welcome back to the channel, Yankees Nation. Today we need to address a development that goes way beyond the cold, hard stats of baseball. We are talking about pride, ego, and the unmatched pressure cooker that is playing in the Bronx. The news that has shaken up social media in the last 24 hours involves a familiar name who wore our pinstripes in the 2025 season, Devin Williams. If you've been following our previous coverage, you know that Williams' stint with the New York Yankees was, to say the least, an emotional roller coaster. Now, he has crossed town to join the New York Mets, and he didn't leave quietly. On the contrary, the right-handed hurler decided to ignite the narrative with a strategic and biting post on his official Instagram account, aiming directly at you, the most demanding and passionate fans on the planet. Following the officialization of his contract with the squad from Queens, Williams posted a black screen with a message that leaves no room for misinterpretation. He wrote, and I quote textually, "For a bunch of people who didn't want me on the team, you're all sure mad in my DMs," accompanied by a crying, laughing emoji. Let's analyze this with the depth that a journalist like John Heyman would bring. This isn't just a vent, it is confirmation that the relationship between the player and the fan base deteriorated significantly during his stay at Yankee Stadium. The Talk in Baseball podcast acted quickly, sharing this screenshot and validating the sentiment that Williams felt antagonized. We know that the 2025 season was complicated for him, although he maintained the ability to eliminate hitters via strikeout, a trademark of his career, especially with that devastating changeup nicknamed the Airbender. His consistency in controlling the strike zone left something to be desired in crucial moments. We, Yankees fans, are known for our intensity. When a player puts on the pinstripes, the expectation is perfection, or at the very least, unwavering grit. Williams felt the weight of the criticism when he surrendered walks in high-leverage situations, which generated understandably frustration in the stands and on social media. However, seeing a professional athlete respond in this manner after signing with our direct rival of the Subway Series adds a layer of personal drama that we rarely see so explicitly. He is essentially declaring emotional war against the bleacher creatures and everyone who doubted him. This transforms every future matchup between the Yankees and Mets into a must-watch event. It's not just about baseball now, it's about a player who believes he was wronged and is using that grudge as fuel. The narrative that nobody wanted him is, of course, hyperbole generated by the heat of social media. But for Williams, that is the reality he has chosen to embrace. He is taking his talent to Citi Field with a huge chip on his shoulder and an immense desire to silence the Bronx. Now, let's dissect the tactical aspect and the backroom moves that make this transfer so impactful for the balance of power in New York. Devin Williams going to the New York Mets isn't just the fruit of a market opportunity, it is a calculated reunion with David Stearns. For those who follow the league's moves with attention, you know that Stearns, now operating the Mets front office, was the architect who helped transform Williams into a star during his years with the Milwaukee Brewers. There is a mutual trust there and understanding of how to maximize the potential of the pitcher that perhaps was missing during his brief and tumultuous stint with the Yankees. Stearns knows exactly what he's buying, an elite arm for the end of games who, despite the inconsistency shown in 2025, possesses one of the filthiest and hardest to hit repertoires in all of Major League Baseball when he is healthy and focused. For the New York Mets, this signing is a strategic home run. Their bullpen desperately needed high-level reinforcements and someone with experience closing games under pressure. By bringing in Williams, they not only add an elite talent, but also inject an immediate dose of attitude into the roster. For us, on the Bronx side, this raises serious questions about our own depth of relief pitchers. We lost an arm that, despite the ups and downs, consumed important innings and possessed a sky-high performance ceiling. The Yankees front office now finds itself pressured to respond. The relief pitcher market is volatile, and seeing a talent like Williams walk out the door and go to the neighbor, motivated to prove us wrong, is a dangerous scenario. Analytically, Williams' changeup is still a lethal weapon that generates an absurd whiff rate. If the Mets coaching staff can adjust his mechanics and restore the confidence that seemed shaken at Yankee Stadium, they will have one of the best setup men or closers in the National League. The Instagram taunt suggests that Williams' mind has already flipped the switch. He is no longer worried about pleasing Yankees Nation. He wants to beat us. This creates a fascinating dynamic for the next season. Every time he takes the mound against the Yankees, the stadium will vibrate with a different energy. The boos will be deafening. But if he strikes out our hitters, the silence will be even heavier. From a managerial standpoint, this places our general manager, Brian Cashman, in a position where passivity is not an option. The bullpen is the heart of a winning team in October. If the Mets are arming themselves with players who have something to prove against us, we need to ensure our roster is bulletproof and that we have replacements of equal caliber. Williams' departure is not just a subtraction from our roster, it is an addition of motivation and talent to our local rival. The 2026 season has just gained a new chapter of rivalry before the first pitch is even thrown in spring training. The Airbender now lives in Queens, and he has made it clear that the bridges with the Bronx have been burned. Devin Williams' jab is more than a social media provocation. It is a reflection of the crushing pressure the Yankees uniform imposes and how different athletes react to it. Strategically, the Yankees lose a potent arm, but we get rid of an inconsistency that cost us games. The question for you guys is, does Williams' attitude prove he didn't have the mentality to be a Yankee, or was our fan base too harsh on a talent that is now going to shine for the rival? The front office needs to respond by bringing in a reliever who not only has the numbers, but the stomach to handle the Bronx. I want to hear each of your opinions. Was Williams' exit good riddance, or are we going to regret it when we face him in the Subway Series? Drop your comments below, smash that like button if you enjoyed the detailed analysis, and subscribe to Yankees Fan Central. Here the coverage is daily, deep, and always passionate. Let's go together in pursuit of number 28.